Hey, it's Napey here, and another Paladins gameplay video. In this video, I want to talk about objective gaming versus defensive gaming, and I think in watching this old footage of Androxus, it I'm not sure if it was intentional, but I was playing a lot more objective-based gaming and not necessarily anything like flashy or maybe even the role of what Androxus is supposed to be played as a flanker. I try to really focus on the cart and to chip away and do damage so that the other team would either have to pull back or or my teammates could eliminate them, which although I don't think I had a lot of solo kills, I felt like I contributed a lot to my team in terms of damage and just deterring the other team. Like from here, like from this range, I'm really one of the only people that could reach them. Maybe the Tyra, but everyone else is either off to the side or just their range is not that great. And so I know that a lot of other people play Androxus sort of as this flashy, I'm gonna dash behind them and harass and just do all these cool moves, and I've been victim to a lot of them. I remember I played this game where it was this really good Androxus, and I was playing Eevee, and I just got totally destroyed because he outmaneuvered me, and I just couldn't hit him because he was just so fast, and of course his damage is so good, and of course Eevee is not so good. Even with her mobility, he could still match my mobility, which I was like really surprised at. But objective-based gaming, so I think what does that mean? So I think that means focusing on the game mode more than the kills. So obviously if the game mode is a survival type of game mode, or if the game mode is where the most kills matter, then that is what, in terms of if you play with that objective gaming style, then that would be what you go for. But I think in this game mode, because it's a payload, I tried to focus really on pushing the cart and making sure that we were moving forward. And so you can see I'm not really flanking. I'm sort of off to the side, but I'm really the one pushing the car and racking up a lot of the credits here. But I'm mostly focused on trying to make sure that the cart gets pushed. And by the way, I'm not sure what's wrong with the reversal on Androxus. I don't know, like I feel like it doesn't absorb the damage when I walk backwards. I don't know if that's just a general bug, but I feel like I die like a lot to that, so by just walking backward when I should have been shielded. But as you can see, I basically rode the horse all the way to the cart because for me it was more important to try and get the cart pushed in rather than try to, go and get some flank kills. But what is defensive gaming then? If objective-based gaming is to go after whatever the mission or whatever the game mode is and to just try and fulfill that, even if it means not high damage, not high KD, defensive gaming. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on, because defensive gaming can come across as being very passive. It can come across as being very weak. But I think like right there where you saw where I was matched up against the Tyra and I was pretty low on health and she was coming up behind us, I decided that I was going to pull back. And I think that is what defensive gaming is, where it's not necessarily just running every single time, but understanding the health, understanding the matchup of who you're up against, and then I think being able to react in that time. Now I definitely think that there's ways where you can become too defensive and all of a sudden you just start running away from all of your battle. So I think in this case where I probably didn't need to run away because the victor actually gone down for my team, but I did turn around and re-engage. But like right here, I think that it's good to pull back. Not sure I'd pull back right here, right down the line of sights behind the Makoa, but I think being able to figure out when it's time to pull back, when the matchups aren't good, and then re-engaging once you sort of heal up, especially because this game has passive heals and the healers are pretty decent. If you get a couple of really solid champions that can fill the healing spot, champions like Ying, Maldamba, like those champions are, I think, extremely strong in healing, and they can heal fairly quickly, and they can heal a lot of people. So as you can see, missing a lot of my shots here. But I think that's like the biggest thing with we're trying to learn how to play defensive. And, oh yeah, by the way, I don't know how I died to that, but I guess it's just lag compensation. Playing defensive to me is sort of like driving defensive. You know, you're not driving slow. You're just preparing yourself for other drivers, and you're driving with a self-awareness of what they're doing and what could possibly happen. And for me, especially at this time when I was playing Androxus, this was like one of the first maybe few times I ever played him. And so I really didn't quite understand the whole concept of a flanker. I didn't understand the concept of you know, doing all this flashy stuff. And so I sort of defaulted to this objective-based gaming and maybe sort of a defensive mindset. But anyway, I just want to share my thoughts and maybe just talk about these two types of gameplay styles. So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.